live audience. There they go.
We got,
There they go.
we got the claps.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Neue.Indie, y'all.
You're-
I'm your host, Deraj, alongside my wonderful co-host, Mr. Frank Bentley. How you feeling, Frank?
Yes, sir. Feeling good, man. I had a little my anxiety came down now that the computer's working, but I'm good.
Yeah, that was wild. It was wild. So we had some tech difficulties before we jumped
Hey,
on
but
here.
we made it to the other end, you know.
We made it happen. We thought we were going to have to push this thing all the way back, but
we pivoted and we made it happen.
Make it happen. All right, y'all. Super excited. We got an interesting one. The topic on the docket for today's pod: how indie artists are earning more by doing less. And I was in between two different titles. I don't know what we'll end up actually titling this thing, but it's that idea of also building a music career that doesn't need you 24/7. And I don't even know if artists have a frame of mind of what that would even look like. Like, how do you build something that essentially can either run without you or run with minimal involvement from you? Because you know, nowadays you got to wear a lot of different hats as an indie artist, but what does it look like to give some of those hats to somebody else? We're going to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about it. We got some music business news. Mr. Iceman himself, Drizzy Drake.
Ooh, the boy.
The boy, he dropped, and that's also going to be our heat check. So we're going to kind of combine those two. But so we're going to talk about Mr. Iceman, film and entertainment news. We got the Django and Zorro apparently are coming together for a movie, which I never. I'm hoping this headline is real because it will look. We're going to unpack this thing, but it just seems like I don't know. It was people asking for that. How did that come about? So we're going to touch on that.
Yes.
Gaming. Last pod we didn't get a chance to. I don't think we got a chance to talk about the Wolverine trailer, did we? Do you remember?
Oh no, we didn't.
I think we missed it. Yeah. So I was like, let's double back and actually get that on this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
And in tech news and culture, it's the Neo factory. They created, I guess, their first true vertically integrated robot factory in the U.S. And I saw a reel about it. It looked pretty dope, so I wanted to tackle that. And then for Sync, talking about understanding the audience when you're creating music for brands. So good stuff. Fun stuff.
That's good stuff. Real good stuff.
Real good stuff. How you feeling though, man? What was I know you got back in town recently, right?
I did. I went to Virginia for my cousin graduated from Virginia Tech. So shout out to him.
Shout out VA.
Graduated college. We decided to drive.
You know, this is my old stomping grounds, right? You know, I'm from
really?
VA. Yeah,
really?
Richmond.
Oh, that's where
DMV.
we're at. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. So we drove from Florida to there. So that was a little float, but it was a fun time.
Yeah. Well, that'll be us. I think actually next weekend I'm driving up to VA for it's like a family reunion, but it's not as, you know, when you think family reunion, it's like
formal.
You know, first cousin, second cousin. You go far and wide for the family who comes out. But this one is more like immediate family and you know, aunts and uncles and stuff like that. Dope. But we were going to fly, but flights are expensive. And then also, you know, we got a newborn-ish. So we had a 7-month-old. So I didn't know. Yeah, we didn't know what that experience was like yet. And also we would, you know, it was like he was going to thug it out, drive up and make that
a good little family road trip.
Exactly. We'll make some memories and save some money. So
I hear that.
Hey, so I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
Would you ever let a dude braid your hair?
Absolutely not. Heck no. Ain't no man.
Emphatically no.
Oh, emphatically no. Here's because in my brain, bro. In my brain.
I know it's hella random, but I got
no, it's random as heck, but still, no. Hey, bro, come on over. You sit down on the floor. Are you sitting on the floor, dog? Also, like Mario braid my hair type stuff. They get in the grease and oil in your scalp.
All right,
Nah,
look.
bro.
So
No.
look. There's another story time. I don't know if this is going to become a thing for
You
all
got your
of
hair braided
our.
by a guy?
Hold on, man. Wait, you gotta chill out. I gotta tell you what. Hold on. I gotta tell you what happened. So,
Let's hear this.
all right, I gotta, obviously I started growing my hair out, a number of months ago. I got a little bit of length now. I'm trying to get my hang time. I ain't got the Frank Bentley yet. You know what I mean? We don't got that kind of length.
It's a different, yeah.
We working on it though. So I got a regular that I go to. Shout out to my homegirl Jen. She's been holding it down since I've been getting my hair braided for the past couple months. And she just happened to be out of town. She had no available dates. And I use the Bookski app is what it is. Bookski.
Yep, Booksy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Booksy, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So she didn't have any spots. So I was like, I got to find somebody to braid my hair because I'm out here looking crazy. Mm-hmm. So I find a new, I guess, it was a barbershop. You know how barbershops, they'll have like a chair in there for like a stylist or whatever. What you mean? That's what.
Go ahead.
That's where Jen is at. Jen is in.
Okay.
She in a barbershop and she got a chair in the back with the whole joint. So I'm like, I'm used to it. So I'm like, all right. We could, I'm cool with it. So I see another barbershop on there, and they got like options where you can get a cut, and then at the bottom you can book like, get your hair braided, 4 braids, 6 braids, the freestyle, whatever. So I booked a joint. I got the 4 braids because it was like the cheapest or whatever. So I just needed something because I don't know this person, so I got to go with something that's safe.
Simple.
So I'm safe and short. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna take that long to do 4 braids, and we're gonna test it out with the straight backs, right? So all right, I lock it in. Pull up the next day, and I get to the barbershop, and so get in there. I'm looking around, scoping, trying to see like who's in here I'm supposed to meet, because I it wasn't clear. It was like no photo of whoever was supposed to be. At least it's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I went there. I went up to the first dude. I was like, yeah, I'm here to get my a hair appointment, get my hair braided. He was like, oh yeah, I got you. so I was like, wait a minute.
I said, you're gonna point me in the right direction.
Let me tell you something. Wait a minute. I was like, I got thrown off now. So again, shout out to all the fellas out there that's braid hair. I didn't know fellas braid hair.
They be some of the best ones, yeah.
I don't know. I've never had them before. I've never been in that position, so I was thrown off. And I'll be 100. I was a little uncomfortable because I was just like, bro, he hit me with the solid dap, you know what I mean? And so I was just like, I don't know what to do, but I was like, we here now. I didn't want to be that guy. I was like, we just finna slide. Yeah. Like, all right, man. Because, I didn't want to be, also I didn't want to be like, homophobic or something like that.
Right,
like, I didn't want to feel, but also I was thinking, it's like, am I wrong for feeling like this? Because I do feel like there's just certain things that just feel better suited for the opposite gender.
Of course. Like, I'm not getting a massage by a grown man.
I'm not getting a massage. I'm not letting the dude open the door for me. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just certain things, and maybe I'm wrong for that. Let me know in the chat. Maybe I'm off.
When you sat down in that chair and he leaned you back like this, and put the mousse in your hair, and you looking up at him like this, bro.
I was like, we just finna rock out, real quick, you know what I mean? And so, but shout out to him, he did a good job. Like, let me know,
it's clean.
He killed it, you know what I mean? But it was an experience, to say the least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He massaged
Here's the thing that threw me off, because, and again, I don't know if I'll get canceled for this, because it's a very sensitive time.
Yeah, for sure. We love everybody
talking about stuff. We love it. It's just like it's not that, but it's one of the things. Like, I got, my masculinity got tested in that moment.
Yeah.
He did his thing though, and he didn't make me feel uncomfortable or nothing. It was just
shout out to him, bro.
Shout out to him. You know what I mean? But now the question is, will I go again?
No, you probably won't. Well,
here's the thing.
Yeah, answer that question, bro.
I might have got converted. You know what I mean? Like, because if I'm in the bind, I'm like, hey, yo, I need to, he may not be first on the list. You know what I mean? But I might not. I ain't gonna write him all the way off. Like he killed it. He did
He
his
killed
thing,
it
but
though. So it's just
but I know every guy I got everybody in the comment section probably like Deraj
yeah.
tripping, son.
Let this man know, bro. Y'all let him know, bro.
Son is tripping, bro.
And if you in the Orlando area, drop your braids in there.
I just throw it out there, man.
That's hilarious, bro. Yeah.
So,
Shout out
where
to
are
him,
we
bro.
going next, bro? Where are we going next? Shout out to my man. I don't even remember his name. It starts with an R, because he was it was like a Spanish name, and like I don't know what it is too. Like, bro, every time I've gone to, like, again, coming from the DMV, I you know, that the last time, not the last time, but you know, coming up, I was used to getting my hair cut in it's just predominantly black barbershop experience.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? And I think even I don't know, like I feel like even black like barbershop culture kind of gets its roots in like, you know, African American barbershop. Like that's the stereotype when you think barbershop. And I know but anyway, like when I came down to Florida, I've only been to Hispanic, like majority Hispanic barbershops. You know what I mean? It's like I come in there and it's like reggaeton blasting, and it's just that.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, man, and like I mean, it's no complaints at all. But I'm just like every barbershop that I've gone to has always been majority Hispanic, and that's just observation. But also too, there's a lot of Hispanics in like in Central Florida specifically, and if you go to Kissimmee, it's like little Puerto Rico like out there, and then also not just that. It's a lot of New Yorkers out here as well.
100%.
Are you born and raised Florida? Like, are you
Florida? Yep.
Are you okay? Yeah, man. I've met so many New Yorkers down here. It's just like South New York and Florida, Central Florida. But
and they be the smoothest with it. So it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So let's kick off with this. We're gonna start off with a heat check, man.
Y'all hear that? I'm excited for this one.
A heat check for the Iceman. Heat check for the Iceman. How are we feeling about these Drake records? And it's not just it's a Drake drop, but it's three records,
3 albums,
1 drop, and I know what was it? We got I forget what because the acronym spell out him is right. Is what it is.
So
right.
It's Habibti, Iceman, and then Maid of Honor.
Maid of Honor. Yeah. Talk to me, because one, Drake is your boy, and you had some time on his road trip to dive in.
Yeah, I did. I think I listened to each project probably 3 times through each.
Wow. Okay.
I give as a whole, I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
That's strong. Here's why.
That's that's strong.
And I almost want to hear him per project, which you get per project, but per project, collectively. 8 out of 10. Talk to us.
Collectively, 8 out of 10. I'll give Iceman a 7. I'll give Maid of Honor, for me, is a 9. It's a fire album. And
I like Maid of Honor is actually probably might have been my favorite, but go ahead.
Really? Yeah, that's my favorite for sure. And then Habibti will fall into an 8 range. I love the body of work. I genuinely do think that we have to thank Kendrick. All right. We got to thank Kendrick because Drake came back on some it felt like Hungry Drake all over again, and I don't think we would have gotten that if he didn't feel like he had to prove something. I feel like the bars were there, the production, incredible. Iceman's production was fire, and then Shebang is going crazy right now on TikTok, as well as the Janice STFU. Which I found out that Janice is a label exec for UMG, so he's just like Janice.
Dang.
Oh my god! Yeah. So he's taking shots at everybody, and I'm here for it. I love that the hunger side of Drake, and I think he's been the king of melodies for a long time. He's been at the top, and I think that this album or these albums just reminded us why he is. And I'm thoroughly impressed. Even though I'm more of a Kendrick, J. Cole guy. Are you? Yeah, but I rock with these.
Okay, I don't know why I thought like Kendrick was kind of your top, or not. Drake was your top, and then Kendrick probably came after. But
so Cole is the top.
Cole
is
is
for
top.
me. Cole is my guy. The fall off, that's a whole different conversation. But that's a whole different conversation for a heat check. But Cole's my guy, and then Drake, and then I would put Kendrick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was impressed. I give it.
Yeah, because I was surprised. Well, I didn't know how you were gonna. In my mind, I don't know why I had you as like a bigger Drake fan, but because I've been hearing different things, like some of his core fans or just fans of Drake have not been pleased with his album for
which is
whatever
crazy.
reason. Like, yeah, which and I don't understand that, and because sometimes I feel like culturally now it's just cool to drag
hate
people online and just to hate. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't think this is this didn't feel out of the scope of what you would expect for Drake from his past catalog. And I think when I listened to it, it felt like he kind of gave you all of the Drakes.
Yes.
You feel me? Like he gave you I'm the victim Drake, and I'm finna like talk my talk and throw subs on Iceman. He gave you the, down tempo, like moody, this is for the ladies, kind of Drake. And then he gave you the international experimental, Drake. That's the, what's the joint? Kind of like the God's Plan energy, or the everybody get your roll on. Like that
the dance joints.
Yeah, like he gave you all of the Drakes that we kind of know him for. And so I didn't feel like this was hate worthy if you liked his past catalog. It felt just in line with what you would expect from Drake. You know what I mean?
I don't understand. And trust me, like post beef, my group chats, they'll be like, Dean, what are you talking about? We seen what you said in the group chats. And I still stand by that. Like Kendrick won badly.
Yeah.
And I think on purpose, I had to not hate these albums and listen to them objectively. I think online people are just like, oh, you lost the battle, we're gonna hate this no matter what he did.
Yeah.
So it's like,
which I never felt like the battle. I never felt like the battle was going to do that much for Drake's reputation and career. I feel like people who care about, like, maybe more purist on, hip hop battle culture and all this other kind of stuff. Like I feel like a battle loss doesn't do this. It doesn't fall in the same category like it did in the 2000s and all this other kind of stuff. Like
Ja Rule's career has not recovered.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like those beefs meant more, and I feel like they did more damage. Nowadays, I think it's just because music is the turnover rate for what we have attention for, and what is it's like. So I was watching another commentary on this stuff, and they talk about how there's less of a monoculture now than it was in the past, because there was a certain point in time when certain things culturally were happening, everybody was paying attention to it. Like if there were TV series on cable or something like that, everybody kind of knew what was going on or was waiting for the cliffhanger or the next episode from the cliffhanger. And it was news. Like when Chappelle's show came out, like everybody was on Chappelle's show. Like everybody was waiting for the next episode. Everybody's quoting the last episode. Now there's so much content out there. People are just brushing by everything. And it's just like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. And they're just like, it's what have you done for me lately kind of culture.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like this battle was probably the best battle
in a long time.
Yeah, like if you're putting it up against like historical hip hop beefs, like it gave us a lot, you know what I mean? And it's the battle of two titans when you had like Jay-Z and Nas. Like this is the kind of like the equivalent of Biggie and Tupac, you know what I mean? It's in that, and it has so many layers. But yeah, man, I never felt like it was going to do much to Drake, because Drake is still the top, you know what I mean? Like I feel like he's still the top guy to beat. In hip hop, even though he took an L to Kendrick, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know that even because we're still talking about him in that kind of light, you know what I mean?
I mean, at the same time, when Kendrick at the Super Bowl was like, say Drake, like right into the camera, bro, like it was at a level which is so crazy. It hurt. It had to. So I do kind of understand why, like, some people are like, Drake needs to let it go, bro. I wouldn't let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you diss me at the Super Bowl, I'm not letting this go ever.
It's off brand, I feel like, for Drake to let it go.
To let anything go. So it's like,
Like
but at the same,
yeah, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, good. You good. At the same time, I agree with you where we live in this microwave society where eventually, the battle is gonna die off and Drake is gonna just be able to Drake, and I think he did that. I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah. And I felt like the only thing that would have really tanked his career is if those pedophile allegations stuck.
Were stuck, he'd have been cooked.
Yeah. If that had stuck, because that's probably the only thing. It's like domestic abuse, you know what I mean, for like women, and pedophilia. I don't know if I can say that without getting canceled. Like taking off. I feel like those are the only two things that'll really damage your career. Because like R. Kelly didn't come back from that. The Epstein stuff, you know what I mean? Like those things. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that stuff will like people won't, move away from that quickly. Yeah, nah, man.
Especially if you're doing that. Yeah, you need to sit down.
And the third category is everything that Kanye be on. Like Kanye put so many levels.
Bro, Kanye was wilding. Bring back old.
Yeah, which is why even like Kanye's been canceled in different forms,
bro.
But the last stint was just this whole anti-Semitic, kind of angle he took. I mean, he did a whole song praising Hitler. You know what I mean?
Insane.
And he still dropped stuff, you know what I mean? The people still rock with him, you know what I mean? So
his shows is sold out.
Yeah, and so I don't know what's going, like, I don't know what Kanye has around him that still put him in good graces with people, and it's anyway. So that's a whole another convo. But
but what's your rankings of the album though?
Yeah, so I think. So if I'm ranking my favorites, it's probably Maid of Honor, Iceman, and then Habibti. Is that what you said?
Okay,
something like that? Yeah, because I saved quite a few to my Drake season playlist that I have. So like, there was only one song on the Habibti that I saved, and that was the Fort Worth joint with Party Next Door.
Oh, that joint's tough.
And then I heard so in order, I heard Iceman first, then Habibti, and then Maid of Honor.
And then Maid of Honor.
Yeah, and so I had quite a few on Iceman that I saved. The Dust joint, Whisper My Name, Janice, Ran to Atlanta, which is wild that him and Future are back on good terms. I don't know.
Bro, crazy. Yeah. But he's still mad at Cole, though.
Still mad at Cole. Is him in Metro still?
Oh, yeah, that's cooked. He calls that man BBL Drizzy, bro. That's cooked for life, dog.
Anyway, so that Make 'Em Pay, National Treasure, What Did I Miss, and then Too Hard for the Radio were the ones I saved off of Iceman, and then Maid of Honor. It's probably easier to say the ones I didn't save. It was the Cheetah Print joint I didn't save.
Oh gosh.
Amazing Shape I didn't save. The interlude I didn't save, and then Stuck I didn't save. Everything else I had saved.
I love that Princess record. I don't know why.
It's the last. That's the last joint, right? That's
the last one. Yeah, it's like that punk rock kind of feel.
Yeah, which was weird. I wouldn't expect Drake to do something like that, but I
loved it.
I appreciated the experimentation on it, and almost some of the records sound like they could have been produced by Kanye, even though I know they weren't. But it had that vibe. So shout out Drake. Shout out.
Yeah,
Drake.
I love. Shout out to him. I hope. Now, if Kendrick was to drop anytime now.
Imagine Kendrick had a whole album that he dropped right after.
Bro, at that point, it's malicious. Yeah. It's been malicious, but that's just come on, bro.
He said, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. Come on. That'd have took it to a new level if he'd have dropped the whole album.
The internet would have broke.
After, oh gosh. Yo.
The internet would have broke. It would have broke.
Yeah. That'd have been next level. That'd have been a level of petty that I didn't know. I didn't know Kendrick had in him.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, bro.
All right, man. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, bro. Yes, sir.
All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about this. Let's do a user pick. You want to do the main topic, or you want to jump into some of the segments? I was thinking about that. We could reverse order, but how you feel? You wanna just go into the main topic, or you think we should tag on? I feel like
we could jump into the segments and then
the segments.
Yeah, we can jump into the segments.
Yeah, because we already led with one, because that was the heat check was the music
right
segment.
100%.
So. All right, let's dig into this a little bit. Hold on, let me get my notes straight. So for film and TV, we had Mr. The Django, and I didn't know this was a thing. Like I'm curious, like who was asking for this? You know,
Is
the
that
Django
is
and
that a
Zorro.
comic book? If I'm not mistaken,
Zorro,
yeah, I think the Zorro and Django is a comic book. Let me see.
is it?
Um,
All right, hold on. Let me. Okay, I got it pulled up here. Yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
found this
like
online.
it's a legit comic book that you can. They have a whole.
The Django and Zorro.
Yeah, they have a whole thing where, like, in the lore, Django usually pops up, or they do like crossovers in it. So it's a thing.
Oh, I didn't. I thought the Django was just like a Quentin Tarantino brainchild. Like that was previous IP, I
Yeah, it looked
guess.
like it.
All right,
We
somebody in
got
the
some people.
comment put us hip the game if you're a
Yes.
nerd.
Oh, and if they get Jamie and what's his name? Dude from
Antonio
Spy Kids,
Banderas.
Antonio Banderas to play it,
Yeah.
it will
Let me see if I could. Let
I'm
me
for
read
that.
this. Yeah, let me see if I can read this. This is all right. So the Django Zorro are teaming up on the big screen. Sony tapped Brian. How do you say that? Helgeland to write
Yeah,
the
it looks like it.
crossover based on Quentin Tarantino's comic series. Okay,
There it
so this
is.
is a comic series by Quentin Tarantino. Shout out Quentin Tarantino. QT gave his blessing but won't direct. That's crazy.
That's
It's
fair.
it's still in
It's
its
two.
early days, but the
No.
matchup could be epic. So I don't know. It seems like, I mean, I don't know enough about the history of this, and also obviously I didn't know it was a comic series, but Quentin Tarantino is a like I feel like he would be the one to direct it because he directed
Right.
Durango, and like it almost feels weird for him not to be involved in the direction of it.
Right. Does he not believe in it?
Right.
Is that what that
I,
is?
I would be hard pressed to say he doesn't like he. It's not that, because like I don't know if he'd have gave his blessing. He would like, nah,
That's
he'd have
true.
nipped
That's
it in
true.
the
That's
bud.
true.
But maybe, I don't know. See if ChatGPT or Claude is giving us any more context around this,
Yeah, let's see.
because
Let's see. Let's ask Chad himself.
but that would be fire if Jamie Foxx and Antonio Banderas was in it. But I'm still trying to like piece together what that would even look like, because this is so new to me. It felt random, but apparently
Yeah. I'm
it's
for it.
not.
I think that we need less Marvel crossovers and bring those worlds together, because anytime we bring worlds together, it's Marvel related. Um,
Right. I'm trying to think what would be a dope crossover
um,
that's not Marvel world,
Ninja Turtles. I
like
need a
I am
Ninja Turtles Batman.
like Hancock and
Oh, that would be nuts.
freaking, I don't know. Like who would you pair up?
Put Hancock in The Boys. Have
And
you
the
seen the show The
boys,
Boys? That would be
that would
nuts.
be crazy.
That would be crazy. And have him and Homelander.
Yeah.
That
No,
would be tough.
it's an anti-hero. Like
Yeah, yeah,
anti-hero.
that would be
Huh.
tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claude saying anything about this? Or
Nah, they're pretty much saying the same thing. Where it's been a comic by Quentin Tarantino, and it's just been a rumor that they've been talking about a film adaptation with no official additional news. So this
okay.
would be the new step in the right direction, that if he's saying yes, go with it. It might not be something that we see, within the next year.
Right.
But it would be dope to get Jamie back on the screen. I hope they would get Jamie and Antonio Banderas, but if they were to get other actors so that way they could do it, it would still be dope.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Love it. Love it. Shout out to Screen Thrill for posting
Yes,
that.
sir.
All right,
That'd be dope.
next up in culture and tech news, we got the Neo factory, and I believe it was the first vertically integrated robot factory in the US. And the stuff that they're
Oh,
proposing that will actually be
crazy.
deploy soon, like almost within the next year or two, is mind blowing. So let me play. This is from RPN. He does a lot of like really great commentary on just AI news. So let me see
Yes.
if I can refresh this and
holding one of the
real
most
quick.
sensitive technologies honor. And once I understood what it did, I realized why this building just outside of San Francisco is America's secret weapon in the industrial arms race against China. This is the Neo factory, just unveiled by 1X Technology, the first true vertically integrated humanoid robot factory in the United States. And it's here where the Neo robots that'll begin entering your homes this year are being built end to end. We're talking about every critical component: motors, structures, transmission systems, soft goods, all done in-house. Now, everybody thought this was impossible. I mean, all the competitors rely on Chinese suppliers.
If you go to any factory and if you don't see this, they're not probably making everything in-house.
This guy right here, that's Vikram Kathari. He led Dragon, Starship, and Raptor. 58,000 square foot facility. This is his brainchild. Now, hold on a second. Do y'all not realize how crazy this is? I mean,
they're like a pod. They go
fiction, and it's finally here. For 100 years, there's been this wonder, a dream of intelligent robots, and it is that same wonder that produced C-3PO and Asimo that inspired a young Bernd Bornert, whose lifelong aspiration has been to create an abundant future through intelligent humanoids. And today, as 1X CEO, he's a key leader in building that future.
I mean, it's got to be surreal. It's completely surreal. When we released Neo,
he looked like a villain.
Literally made me cry a bit. Was like, we released Neo, and I was standing on Times Square, and I was looking up at Neo on Times Square. As the father of 2 kids, the number of engineers that we hopefully created that day, that's maybe one of the most things dearest to my heart right now.
Now, I was curious, as incredible as this is, how capable are these robots going to be out of the box autonomously?
The robot gets delivered to my studio. I have like a loft style, so there's an upstairs. I could say out of the box, hey, Neo, can you go upstairs and make me a coffee?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Now, we'll put that to the test when Neo ships later this year. But it's safe to say that this factory in Hayward, California is American manufacturing and innovation at its best.
So,
if you want a link to watch the full factory tour, comment Neo, and I'll send it over.
Shout out,
if you
shout out,
want a link to watch
out.
the full factory tour, comment Neo, and
I'll
send
like
it over.
Yeah. All right,
I don't like it.
I was not expecting you to say that.
I don't like it.
What you mean?
Bro,
what you don't like?
Just imagine an 18-wheeler truck with all them pods on it.
Oh, you on an iRobot, man.
And it opens up. And you see that it look cute until his eyes turn red. And he talking about motors. And it starts hawking y'all down, bro. What you gonna do?
Come on,
what you
man.
gonna do?
You know, the only reason why I'm excited about this is I'm trying to train this John to braid my hair, so I don't have no.
Hey, I love that.
Hey, look, I need these. I need this French braids like that.
That's hilarious.
So, all right, so you're anti this. This is not your bag. You're not with it.
I in the beginning, it would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you cut my grass? Go outside, cut the grass. You see the robot. But we know how it's gonna turn, bro. We know how it's gonna turn.
You think so? Oh,
yeah.
Hold on. So I do have to say this. So I did. This is in supporting your theory. There was another news story I saw on Breaking Points, and they were actually commentating on another story that somebody was saying. Somebody had put together a little AI town virtually. They put together an AI town. And they took all of the major language models like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and they basically had these little AI bots, like agents in there or whatever. Like it looked like The Sims, you know what I mean? Like it's like a Sims world. And they gave them their own little like territories in this
gang
world
affiliation.
And stuff. Hold on, wait. So in this, they kind of gave them like the free reign to just live and be, you know what I mean? And what ended up happening, like, I don't know how long it took, but like it was just destruction and mayhem. Like they ended up burning down cities. Like it was like, I think one of the I think it was like the Elon's group, the Grok group, they had like pillage one of the other places, and then there was like some romantic relationships that happened between two of the surviving like AIs, and one of them like killed one of the like his partner and then unalived itself. It was just like all bad.
And they robots. They unplugged themselves. That's crazy.
Right, no, they had Control Alt Delete, and they just I had to find that story. That joint was crazy, but so it does kind of support a little bit of what you're talking about. And I think it even said it has some like fail safes in there or some protocols to like try to keep it in bounds. And it
didn't work.
It didn't work. Yeah. If my memory serves me correct, but
bro, think about they make these cops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It can run 70 miles an hour.
I'm so systems geared. I'm like, I would love to have a robot in here that could fold my clothes and do laundry, because Lord knows, especially with, adding an additional body to the mix. We got a little one. And it's not like she got a lot of clothes, but it just feels like we got more laundry for some reason.
For sure. The laundry never stops.
Laundry never stops.
It just goes.
But I just had a little robot slave in here that's in here like folding clothes and doing dishes. Hey, bro, like, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, and then what if it heard you say robot slave? It's like, that's
the point. Yeah, man.
Hey, and you laying down and you open your eyes and your robot just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, I can't. I'm here for the tech. I think it's fire. I love tech. That's the one that scares me, bro. It's dope. You can wash my dishes.
Yeah, it's tough to like even think that as a real possibility, because I do feel like we're far off from it being robot level, like mechanics, intuition, and autonomy and all that other kind of stuff. And even on the demos that I see, because I saw a demo with this Neo bot, and they still never show you anything noteworthy. It's just like it's walking to you. You try to push it, it doesn't like it keeps its balance. I haven't seen it do anything that's like what he was saying at the end of the video. Can it go upstairs and make me a coffee? Can it go wash the dishes? Can it go do like some real domestic stuff that's going to make my life easier? I never see any demos of that. And the demos I have seen, I feel like they had somebody in the back kind of controlling it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this, like, all right, it's cool. I feel like it's a big fake out though. Like when Apple told us we were going to get ChatGPT in the latest drop of the iPhones, and it never happened. And it was like, all right, man, don't get my hopes up. And
I mean, it's dope. I think in the demonstration where they went and it stood by the door and it opened the door for a guest that was coming in, and it grabbed their package that was outside. Those tasks are dope. I ain't gonna lie. Those are fire.
It's cool because I order my groceries. Like I'm on Walmart.com.
Oh, and
they get delivered, and so I don't like spending time in a grocery store. I'm like, this is
a waste of time.
10-15 minutes ago, I got to spend 30-45 minutes there. Then I waiting in line, and I got to, it's like almost an hour and a half, 2 hours out of my day where I could just be on my app, have it delivered to me, get other stuff 100%. Done. So I just try to optimize everything. So I'm like, if I had a little robot in here that could do domestic stuff that's, not going to, unalive me in my sleep, you know what I mean?
Bro.
I'm cool with it. But
why can it lift 2 tons? Why does it need to lift 2 tons? Why does it have turbine knees, bro? Like, and then why does it run 45 miles an hour? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. It's a little sketch.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I think it'll be dope. I would buy one. But they're like 20 bands though. You know what I'm saying? So
for me,
a $20,000 assistant is not the worst, but
I'm with it. And also too, if it could, so here's the thing, if it can tap into like Claude and I could talk to it and have it do stuff, it don't even got to get on a computer. Like it's just tapped into the Claude network and it can just,
that's scary, bro. You see that like the computer? That'd be
and it's
nuts.
like, it's just working. And you're like, hey,
sending emails.
Like, hey, the robot's name is Cliff. Hey, Cliff. And it's just working. It's just 360s his head, like all the way around. It doesn't stop what it's doing. Like,
bro, what happens if you tell it to stop and he's like, no?
I'm like, what? Pause. Pineapples. I'm unplugging everything. Like,
that's just crazy. I can't. It's above my pay grade for that.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see. Shout out to them. I do like that it's American
out for the innovation,
made.
Though.
Yeah, and that is stateside. You know what I mean? Like we're throwing our hat in the race. Yeah. It's not being outsourced to overseas, which, it's, I mean, I don't really care if stuff is shipped overseas, and made overseas, but it is something to be like, hey man, we actually, America out here innovating still, you know what I mean? Like everything's not.
Have you seen their karate robots?
Yeah. I think I sent you one of them joints.
Oh yeah, bro. Like we building this where they moving like this. They got robots doing karate.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right.
That's a scary world.
We just gave more reason for most, for folks to feel paranoid about the future. So
yeah, you should.
All right, let's switch to gaming. Let's talk about this Wolverine release.
Yes.
What you got updates about this? Like, what's your?
I know that it's made by the same people who made all of the Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
And if you played any of those, open world RPG, incredible, and it is rated M, as you can see,
appropriately.
So, rated. Yeah, look at that. Come on.
Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
Come on. Ooh, X-Men.
Yeah.
That's dope. Dang.
I'm Wolverine.
Hey, that's hard, bro.
That's gonna be hard. I think. Oh, a Sentinel. I ain't seen that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the story for Wolverine is gonna be extremely dope. It can't be open world. It has to be linear. Because if I can just walk through the streets and just Grand Theft Auto is about to.
Yeah, I feel like games like this, I don't expect it to be open world. I just feel.
Yeah, I mean, usually like they were saying it's gonna be pretty much Wolverine, but Spider-Man world-esque, but Wolverine. So in my head, that made it open world, but I don't think they'll allow you to run around as Wolverine with claws.
I don't feel like games like that would feel inappropriate because I feel like it's coming from a comic world, so I almost would want a storyline to kind of navigate me through the game versus just it's all it's again GTA-esque. It's like I don't feel like because the character already has an established like narrative, you know what I mean?
Right.
Tommy Vercetti doesn't, you know what I mean? Tommy Vercetti is, we made Tommy Vercetti open world and you can kind of do what you want, but Wolverine, we know Wolverine's backstory and Wolverine, he's not out here robbing people and stealing cars and terrorizing bars and all sorts of
insane. I'm very interested to see the innovation that they use. If it would be very interesting if it was open world. Maybe they would not allow you to do certain things.
Sure.
Unless you're in that mission area, which looks super dope. I'm excited for that. That's a day one purchase, 100%.
So drops, I think September 15th, this year, 2026. PS5 exclusive by Insomniac Games. Same studio, like you said, behind Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man, yep.
Darker, more brutal tone in Spider-Man. Ferocious melee combat, all that kind of stuff. It's planned as the first in an X-Men trilogy. Insomniac locked in an exclusive Marvel deal, meaning no X-Men games from other publishers during that window.
Only them.
Yeah. They said the villain roster includes Mystique, Omega Red, and it appears to be a Sentinel. So we saw a Sentinel in the trailer,
which is crazy.
And then Logan travels to Madripoor, Canada, and Tokyo. So it's international vibes. Yeah,
the Tokyo is gonna be sick. That's gonna be dope.
And it says essentially Sony's biggest PS5 exclusive of the fall 2026. And it says that it's their answer to what Ghost of Yote was in 2025. So I feel like I'm catching up to the gaming world because I just got my PS5 as a Christmas gift, and I got it because I would like to be a gamer, but I have this thing where I end up getting a gaming system, and probably the first couple of months I'm on it, and then I just like
bro, it is a time suck, bro.
It is, man. I don't know. Like, how often are you on?
Bro, I'm gonna be 100%. Like, I'll get on. Like, I tried to get on yesterday, and I'll sit at the computer. I'll turn it on. I'll load up the game. No joke. I'm at the start menu, and there's like this guilt of like I should be doing some work, man. X'd out. So I mean, I try to use it as my time of rest. So I'll probably like on the weekends I'll go crazy. But when it's a story mode game like this, I am the type to when I start it, hey babe, the next 3 days I'm beating this game. And
man.
then once it's done, it's done.
I think that's another thing too. Not to cut you, like I feel like I'm a late bloomer with gaming because I have there's a block of time in my life where I was just not gaming at all. So I was out of that whole world. Coming back into it is like it's complicated, you know, it feels like. But also some of the gaming norms are online, you know, kind of open world, like battle royale.
Yeah.
What's Arc Raider? What's that
Extraction?
Yeah, it's just, and I like it, but I also miss, and that's why I'm waiting for like GTA and, you know, games like this because I don't. Yeah. I'm being led. There's a mission. There's an end goal. When it's too open, I'm just like, I just feel like
it's too much to do.
Unless I'm gaming with somebody I know,
right?
We locked in together, then that's a different story. But I just feel like, you know, paralysis going. It's just like I don't really feel like
you need something linear, something just point me in the direction. Man. Let me beat it and let's go on. Let's move on.
Yeah, I like the option to have the open world like battle royale type stuff, but I do like Fortnite. I think I like Fortnite too because it's a little less complicated. It's just it's a fun. But
and that's a whole experience, like playing Fortnite. Yeah, I remember when Travis Scott did like a concert in Fortnite, which was insane.
I saw that one. I saw Anderson .Paak. The joint he did in there
nuts.
Too. Was dope.
Yeah, it's nuts. So yeah. I mean, the gaming space has definitely changed. I do think we are seeing more single player games pop up. It used to just be multiplayer, but now we're getting better. Wolverines, God of War was one. Ghost of Yote. Which I still haven't played yet, so I'm excited for those.
Yeah, I got a whole list though, of just games.
You got a backlog.
I got it, and it's more so of like I feel like my dad because my dad he has gaming systems, and I'm like, Dad, why do you have like he has an Xbox, you know, at the crib. I don't know that he's ever played it, but I think he just has it maybe in case like the kids come over or something like that. But right. I almost feel like that. Like I just want to like horror games that I never play. You know what I mean?
Man,
just because
it's a problem.
It's almost like saving movies to your my list on Netflix. I'm just eventually I to the data. Yeah, I get to it, but they just sit there. It just makes me feel better.
Man, anyway, but I'm waiting on Wolverine and of course GTA. Those are the
GTA is my top, definitely. Yeah, and my wife's waiting for GTA too. So that
really
goes to show you, yes, bro.
Yeah, I probably can't play GTA in front of my wife. That's the problem.
At all.
Hey, what are you doing?
All right, let's talk. Well, I would say let's talk sync real quick before we get in trouble with our wives. I wanted to talk about how to, create music for TV and film and understanding the audience when creating music for brands. Because that's one thing I don't know that most artists understand as the art of writing music for brands is really understanding not just the brand, but also who the brand is trying to, really court and help, encourage them to make a purchasing decision in some way. But I found this reel by Ron Taylor. We talked about Ron Taylor, who run the Netflix Funny AF competition, Kevin Hart and all them. And he had this really funny bit that he did, which I think to licensing. So let's talk about it real quick. Let me
that's it.
Refresh.
Shit, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you ever notice anything marketed towards black people is fucking hip-hop based? Mm-hmm. As if the only way we can retain information is if it's in a fucking song? It's like, nigga, I can read, all right? I don't need that all the time. I love rap, but goddamn, in the McDonald's commercials? Come on now. Because it's two different McDonald's commercials. The regular McDonald's commercial, which make you want nuggets, Then you got the hip hop McDonald's commercial, which make you want to do a drive by somewhere.
These are facts.
And the regular commercial come on fine. It's like, hi, welcome to McDonald's. Right now, we're doing our 10-piece chicken McNugget sale, all white meat. Also, wash it out with a McCafe drink. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's it. Boy, somebody on a fucking basketball court. They come on holding their nuts, beatboxing, whooping in the background. Yo, when I get off the court, I like to give me a 10-piece chicken.
It's facts.
Yeah, and when I get thirsty, I like to wash it out with my country ass grandma, sweet tea. So when you get hungry and want them, and yo, tell me, come on down to McDonald's. Motherfucker, I'm loving it. I had to come on down to McDonald's.
Bro, it's crazy, man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's why, bro. That's why he got my vote, man. On
yeah. He killed that bug.
Yeah, he is hilarious, man. But I was thinking about it, it's like he's talking about single licensing. He doesn't even probably realize it.
He doesn't even notice it.
Yeah, man. But I was thinking about it because it's he's poking fun at a reality that is, it's when you stop to think about it, it's like, oh yeah, that is kind of true. Like you'll see commercials that have a certain sonic branding that seem to be targeting a particular audience, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because, there are certain cultural dynamics that resonate with, certain cultures, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
It wouldn't be, I don't think it would be wrong to assume that I probably appreciate hip hop, culture, because if you study hip hop culture, you kind of take a look at how I dress, how I talk, like, it wouldn't be unfair to assume it. You know what I mean? I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah, no.
And also I don't think it's wrong for brands to pick up on that and want to select or make intentional choices to get in front of that audience and get their attention. Now, I do think there's exploitative ways to kind of do that, but at the same time, I don't think it's wrong in and of itself. What's your thoughts about that? And how do you, like, when you're making songs for brands and also thinking about not just the brand, but who the brand is trying to serve, like, how does that affect you making music, for TV and film?
I think from a business standpoint, like as an entrepreneur or even a business owner, we have to look at it like that's smart. Like it depends on, I think even in anything, you should know who your audience is. And if you're trying to drive, as a business, you're trying to drive revenue from said audience, you have to connect with that audience. Right. And for a global brand that needs everyone, they're going to have some ads that are for what I hate saying this, but some ads that are for Black people, urban, and then some for more suburban white people. I mean, you or any culture, you
Hispanic,
could have.
I think one of our members in our community, they just landed. I don't know. I can't remember the brand. I don't know if it's like Coca-Cola or something like that, but it was a Spanish speaking spot. Yeah. He was making, Latin music. And so it makes sense.
when I go over to my suegra's house and they're playing they're on the Spanish network, there's McDonald's ads in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So they see the need for knowing, they're a global brand. So at the same time, as a creative, I think it's a good thing to know who the audience might be for the said brand. Like McDonald's is going to need everyone. They need rock music. They need hip hop. Because they're global. Right. They want everyone in their doors. Which is a dope thing to know, that the music that you might be creating, even though you might see it as not popular at the moment, it can still be used for a brand to reach that said audience, which would then in turn lead to some success you can see within your music. So just being an artist and an entrepreneur, especially doing hip hop, I know that companies are going to be like, okay, this is the cool trendy thing, so we're going to need this. And also being open-minded to pivoting to change. I mean, we both like the lingo that I use depending on the brief that you get. Like if I'm doing a hip hop song for Mercedes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak differently. We can still do hip hop, but it will pivot to be a little bit more global and open, openly received. And that's a muscle that if you are going to be in sync, you got to be able to do. Like I can't say nigga and expect Mercedes to be, yeah. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, and that's like one of those guidelines and almost unsaid rules with creating music. It's like they need clean music and stuff that's going to be broad enough. It's almost like daytime television. You know, it's like there's certain stuff you just can't do and say on daytime television. If it's on cable, you know, streaming service is different. But when it's
everywhere,
publicly broadcasted, you just have just different practices and rules and regulations around that kind of stuff. But also too, like, you know, especially when it comes to hip hop, like we got a Armani spot that paid us, 5 figures, and understanding them needing and wanting to use hip hop. Sometimes it's like realizing the flavor of hip hop that is appropriate for the type of demo that they're trying to, really get in front of, because they wanted something that felt more Lupe Fiasco. And so that felt a little more like, buttoned up, more like higher echelon, like sophisticated, lyrical. Like, I feel like when you think, because Lupe is revered as just like a top lyricist, and it just feels, not as gritty as like a freaking Lil Uzi Vert or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different flavor and taste and aesthetic that they're after. And also the whole spot was black and white, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a fragrance that they're selling, and it just fits that model high fashion, kind of, demographic and feel. And that's what they wanted to reinforce. And so I had to, we have to understand, like, we need to talk about the higher things or the finer things in life, you know what I mean? Like, or just make it feel like we're a part of this exclusive club, you know what I mean? Like, it just has a bit of, it's exclusivity around it. But I think those who are, and I like the angle that you came from it as well, is like, if you're in this music business, you got to understand your client and even your client's client, because who we're serving is, said brand or Armani, but they have an agenda, and our music is supplementary to whatever visuals and marketing that they're putting out there. So we got to be aware of that additionally, and hopefully the brief spells that out. But going that extra mile to say, like, well, who is a McDonald's really trying to get in front of, and what do they care about? Like, what are they actually listening to? Like, that's, that's market research. That's, understanding your demographics, psychographics, and all this other kind of stuff. So,
and that's the difference between, because you know how competitive it is. Understanding that's the difference between landing the spot and then passing on you and picking another record. Understanding that would just put you further up on that short list. So it's something it's something to not sleep on. Like, add that into your yes, they'll say, hey, we want a song that sounds like X, Y, and Z. But even doing the deeper research of saying, okay, well, this is for this brand. Let me clean this up, make these type of references, do these things that might be relatable. And then you'll see those things, get you that spot. That's money.
I remember too, like, and this is a little side step, but when I was in the CHH market more, and for those who don't know, Christian hip hop market, trying to get radio play during that time, I, one of the prominent positive radio stations, aka Christian radio stations here in Central Florida, is Z88.3, and they had a sister station. I think it's I'm kicking myself for forgetting the actual numerical code for the station, but they had a hip hop and pop, station underneath it. And I remember talking to Tim Wolf, who leads all of some of those decisions over there, and he was just saying, like, in order to get your music onto the radio, like, even though it's hip hop, even though it's pop, even though it's worship, even though it's whatever it is, even in God, whatever, it's like they're catering to a very specific audience, and it's not even the direct listener you would think. Like, if it's a hip hop song, you're like, oh, it's probably somebody who listens to hip hop. Like, their audience is actually the mother of the family, you know, like the soccer mom or whatever, you know what I mean? Because they typically control the radio station and what everybody is going to be listening. So they're trying to curate what's going on the station based off of her, you know, her needs and her wants and her preferences, you know what I mean? Because she speaks and has a lot of influence within the family. So, you know, that goes to show you, you know, across the board, you just got to, you know, pay attention to those kind of things.
Yeah. It's game changing. It'll change it.
Yes.
Love it.
All right, man. That's it for our segments. Let's pivot to today's topic. You know, how to earn more and do less is essentially what it is as an artist. Is that possible, Frank? Can you do it? Is that
you definitely can? It's possible.
Because I mean, the way it's looking, I don't know, man. We gotta, you know, we gotta make the beat. We gotta record ourselves. We gotta mix the beat. We gotta, you know, we gotta do the photo shoot. We gotta be the creative director. We gotta edit it. We gotta be the copywriter for the reels. We gotta do all the things.
Golly, bro. I think it's possible.
Man. So, yeah, man, I was brainstorming this because, you know, I got a question, I guess, for all of the artists I want to throw out there. Like, how many hours, just ask yourself, how many hours did you spend last week on stuff, you know, for your music career that had nothing to do with actually making music? That's the first question. Second question I got for y'all is, how much of that time could have been spent on things that you maybe actually care about or would really want to give your time to, whether that's connecting with your fans, growing your catalog, starting a new business idea, spending time with your family, but you know, you just feel like you're stuck in the weeds of just, you know, important things, but maybe they're just lower prioritized when it comes to needle moving activities within your music career and your music business. And I just seen that as a problem. You know, artists are running a music career that they feel like, you know, they never signed up for. And I've also noticed that artists being busy or feeling busy, you know, doesn't always equal productivity. You know what I mean? Like, you doing more doesn't mean that you're productive. You know what I mean? And productive means it's actually, you know, moving you significantly closer to the things that matter, versus smaller things that only push it, you know, kind of inches forward. Like, what are those things that kind of, you know, help you take bigger steps towards your goal? I do also see that there's in the purest sense of ignorance around, like, ignorance and just meaning not knowing how to actually delegate parts of your parts of your process in your music career. You know what I mean? Like, how do you delegate out the things in your music career, especially when you feel like maybe the budget is low, or maybe you just don't even know what I can offload, you know what I mean, to get my time back to be the artist that I signed up to be. And then also, you know, not realizing where you may be the bottleneck in your own career, aka, you know, where you're actually, you know, just kind of stuck. But the thing is, you know, there is hope for all of this stuff. Like, all of these problems that we're you know, I'm proposing, you know, there is hope. And as you want to talk about how you can, you know, regain your time, and also how that regaining of time can also make you more profitable, you know, as an artist. And, you know, this is one of the ones I kind of just sprung this on. Frank was like, yo, I'll probably lead this a little bit more, but obviously I want your thoughts and your opinions and your perspective on this stuff. Cause you know, I've gone through this whole, and again, I'm not anywhere close to where I ultimately want to be, in my music career, but, you know, there were some things that I've intentionally did to help me in my day to day kind of regain more time, like feel more fulfilled doing the things that I desire to do more within my music career versus all of the other things that I just don't desire to do, you know what I mean? And how can I create more, runway and freedom and mental space and mental capacity to even create within my music career, but also how can that translate to actual revenue? How can that translate to more profitability? And so for me, before, and this is, I always talk about it, and again, we're going to have to plan a whole systems like episode. Yeah, man, because that's really big and near to my heart, and that's one of the things that unlocked a lot for me. Because before I was, so system minded, like I was juggling so many things. I'm a multi-hyphenate creative. Like I can design your artwork, I can produce your track, I can record you, I can mix it, I can do your photo shoot, I can build your website, I can edit your video, I can write your copy, I can strategize, like I can do a lot of things, and I was doing a lot of things at one point. And that was the problem. Like that was the problem, because and I think when you start shifting your mindset to that of a CEO, or that of a, truly as the leadership of your career, you start to think about what are the things that only I can do. Like what are the things that only I can do in my music career? And also, how do I become more resourceful in asking the question, not, how can I get this done, but, who is within, my network that might be able to help, complete these things, or take over some of these responsibilities that I'm currently doing. And I know the question that comes up is like, well, how do you do that with, little budget, little income, music is not making any money, like stream is not paying anything. Like it's hard. And that's why I love licensing so much, because there's a lot of, things that, I don't have to check off the list in order to monetize my music. That's a separate conversation. But say you are in a traditional route, or even if you are trying to do licensing, because there's still, hurdles to climb with that. You can still fall into the trap of doing everything versus offloading, delegating, to give yourself the mental capacity to think of income producing ideas, or even just to, have more time to enjoy your life, yourself, your family, ideate on new ventures and all that other kind of stuff. Because I know every artist I want to talk to, they want to do six figures, they want to start other businesses, they want to get into real estate, they want to do all of these things. You know what I mean? But it's just like, but how? You know what I mean? So I wanted to go through some resources and some mindset shifts that helped me. But any thoughts on that?
No, I would love to hear those, because I do think, before I say them, we'll probably be very much aligned. In it, I think if I can generalize it before we get into specifics, mindset shift is, for me, probably the absolute foundation to all of this. Like, if you don't train your mind to think a certain way, and that then in turn makes you move a certain way, you will find yourself repeating the same processes. So that's all I got to say. I would love to hear you roll out the stuff that you have.
Yeah, so I have and I don't know if it's a framework, but these are just resources and mindset shifts, practices that I've adopted that I felt have really given me my time back, helped me to make more money, keep me focused, get my sanity back, help me to actually afford being able to hire on team, and also, be with my family. Like I'm able to work from home, and I was able to, like I'm able to spend more quality time with my daughter. Like I'm with my daughter literally every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just with her every day. It's just like I'm involved in her, like the majority of her day. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? But I was able to do that just because of some of these shifts that I made over a series of years. And this is, it wasn't overnight. Like some of the resources started, like, I think the first book that I got was around maybe 2015, 16 or something like that. So like 10 years ago. And it's just been stacking, these different strategies. But so some of the resources that have helped me and mindset shifts that helped me was, and I'm going to name some of the books and kind of segue to what those really translate to, practically. So there's a book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And it's the best time management book that I have ever read. And it's very practical. And what is the whole idea of it is how to do your highest value creative work first and really guarding your time, because your brain is a muscle, you know what I mean? And that's why when I get up in the morning, like I don't check my phone, my text messages, all that kind of stuff. Is like I'm priming my mind first, and then when I get into my day, I'm analyzing what are the high, like what are going to be the tasks that are going to drive the most results for me towards the goals that I've set. And we talked about in other podcasts, like really identifying what is the success for you. What are those goals? And I need to be able to say, I need to identify the activities that are going to be most effective, going to drive the most results towards that thing, and only do that first thing in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, or some version of that, because some people might work a 9 to 5, which you could talk about as well. But prioritizing they call it the frog. That's why the book is called Eat That Frog. And the idea behind it is like, if I start my day off by eating a live frog, this is from the book. I start my day off by eating a live frog every day. I'll go throughout the rest of the day with the satisfaction knowing that that was the worst thing that I had to do. And what that means is, you could probably, guess is, we have a lot of, we have probably an endless to-do list, you know what I mean? And everything feels like it needs to be prioritized. And I don't know if you've had that time in your day where you done, you feel like you did so much, but at the end of the day, you feel like you did nothing. Like you feel like you didn't, nothing moved the needle. And that's because intuitively and instinctually, what it is that is actually, most important, and most important, which you should be focusing on. And if you were to reverse that, to start on that first, and even if that's the only thing you did and you didn't get any of those other things done, you would feel so satisfied at the end of the day. It's like, this is moving me closer to my goal, where all these other little things didn't. And why you do it first is because your brain is a muscle. You know what I mean? Like, just like any other, like if you're going to the gym, you know what I mean? It's like, it's probably better for you to do some of your heavier lifting earlier, because as you, continue your, your training, your muscles are going to start to fatigue. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to lift as much anymore. Same thing with your brain. If you start doing your deepest mental work early on, you'll be most effective towards that thing, but also like, the smaller things you can, be able to take advantage of. But if you give your most optimal brain energy to smaller things, when you try to, tackle the bigger thing at the end of the day, you're just tapped out, and you just you're going to procrastinate. You're not going to get it done. So that was the first thing, Eat That Frog. And it's just really guarding your time, like how to do time management effectively. So that was one. Two was a book called Built to Sell, and it's by John Warrillow, I think is how you pronounce his last name. This was given to me, and I feel like I bring her up every episode. My mentor, Audrey Chisholm, and
is your mentor.
This is my mentor, man, for good reason. And I had to get her on the pod one day, but she gave me this book, and it was during the time when I was actually trying to grow my design business. For those who don't know, I used to actually, my company Seeing Here, it's a boutique music house, but prior to that, it was actually a design company. We used to design and branding for different, nonprofits and record labels and musicians and artists and all this other kind of stuff. And Built to Sell, the whole idea behind it was learning how to productize your offerings as a business versus this customizable service model. And what that means is, if I'm like, I could come to say I'm trying to hire a coach or something like that. They may have standard coaching packages, but there may be the coach who will modify the offering based on the needs of the client. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself, but the idea behind it is that it's harder to standardize something that's always changing every time you have a new customer in the mix. And so this book is basically encouraging, say, like, hey, instead of having this business where everything is custom, like, you need to have some offerings in there that function like a convenience store or a grocery store, where if I go to Target or if I go to Publix or something like that and I'm trying to get a box of cereal, I can't go to the cash register and ask them like, hey, can you make this Cinnamon Toast Crunch like half the box, like, taste like Fruity Pebbles or something like it's like, no, what it is what you're going to pay for. If you don't like it, you need to go buy something different that maybe fits your needs. Or go to a boutique cereal house that you can customize your cereal situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the reason why that's so important, because it's easier to scale and build a system around something that is predictable, like has a predictable process. It's like every time we go to create this product, there's a flow, you know what I mean? It's like, so I will, it's like the cereal analogy. There's probably, they get the wheat, and there's probably a machine that's forming, making it whatever shape it needs to be, and then it's putting the powder on it, and then it's bagging it up, and it's boxing it up, and it's shipping it out. And it's a systemized process that they can figure out how long it takes to do this thing, how much it's costing per unit, like how much is going to be in bulk, like how much it takes to deliver it to these stores, like, what is going to cost, like what type of overhead is going to be as far as expenses, what's the return, like on set, like, and it just makes it that much easier when you have something predictable versus and that's even the approach that I took to my music career. Like, with licensing, I don't do a lot of custom jobs. So when I say custom jobs for licensing, is, I got the opportunity to be one of the voices on the Proud Family. The Proud Family,
which is crazy,
that he did, which is a super grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah,
I got a song with Kirk Franklin because of it. You know what I mean? That I didn't realize,
That's
what
crazy.
happened. But that was a custom job. Like, they had a very specific thing they needed. I had to go outside of my norm, like, but it was meeting the need at the time, and I did it. But those jobs for me are very few and far in between. Like, those are not my preference. Like, I'll do those when they align and it's something I can feel like I add value to, but I'm not going to different, music houses or trailer houses doing a bunch of custom work. You know what I mean? Because it's too different. You know what I mean? Each time I like creating the product, aka our songs, and giving them to agencies for brands to decide if they want to use it as is or not. Because I have a process of how I create, you know what I mean? And it's like clockwork. I know how long it's going to take me to, cook up a record. I know, like, the target, that we're kind of aiming for with the sound. And once it's done, it's done. Like, I don't have to go back and make all the revisions. And if they do, we can, but this is not the norm. But that's just the way that I've set up, our business, which is probably similar to yours, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's the whole idea behind this Built to Sell book. And it's learning how to make your music a product, you know what I mean? And less customization, as a business, or at least having a segment of your business that can be like, it's just fixed. This is how we do it every time. And we're not changing it for client requests typically because, we don't need to. It works, and these are tested, validated things. It's not just like, oh, I'm just going to throw something out there.
Right.
Like, I ain't switch. It's like, you got to test it. You got to put it out on the market, see if the market actually wants it. And if it does, can it be repeated? You know what I mean? That's the goal. So that's the second thing. Any notes on that? Because I know I'm kind of like,
no. I agree with that. I think in terms of like the question of, how to pretty much get your time back, that is an excellent way to get your time back. Like, if you know what you're selling and sell that consistently, and if you ran it up once, you can run it up again, and just keeping that in mind and running with that. I love that. That's dope.
and it's measurable because there's less variables.
Yes, less variables, less mistakes, less questions.
Yeah,
and you can hone in on precision. And that's gold.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Next thing was Work the System. It's a book by Sam Carpenter. And this is how you actually, so we talked about having a system early on, with Built to Sell, like identifying what is that process that you do every single time for whatever that product is. And the book Work the System actually teaches you how to document that process so that you can hand it off to somebody else to work on your behalf. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what does this look like in an indie artist career where, maybe there are ways that you're always exporting your stems, or maybe there's ways that you're always deploying your social media reels or whatever. Like maybe there are ways that you're uploading songs to the DSPs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's a process that you don't even realize that you have every single time. And so the goal of Work the System is identifying what are those things that I do in my business that it doesn't take specialized knowledge in order to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also, even if it does take specialized knowledge, how can you find the specialist to do the thing?
Yeah.
And do it the way how you would do it, because how you do it gets you the results that you like and that's
the crazy part.
You know what I mean? That works for your business, because it's like a lot of times you're thinking of handing something over to somebody. It's like, oh yeah, I want to hire somebody to do something for me. And I don't know if any, business owners have had that issue where you bring somebody in and you try to pass off, something that you're currently doing, and the person just doesn't do it how you would do it. And you're just frustrated because it's like, I told them how to do our training and they're just not doing it. I implore you to have a written, documented, step-by-step way, and they need to follow it to the T. That's how you minimize errors. And that's how all of these franchises are built off of SOPs, standard operating procedures, what that's, it's short for. And it's just a game changer. You know what I mean? That's how you start to really, get back your time so that you're not having to worry about, even though in your mind it's like, oh, it's not going to take me that long. I think that's the indie trap, where it's like, it's not going to take me that long to do this thing. Like it's 10 minutes or whatever. What's that to? But you don't understand how much it's think of your brain as an energy bar, you know what I mean, on a game, you know what I mean? It's like, as you, or maybe on 2K when you're holding down the triggers and you try to sprint, if you holding down the triggers enough, long enough, you just start to fatigue, you start to atrophy, and you want to save your mental strength for the things that require you to really show up, not uploading songs to, Spotify. That's just not something that you need to be putting brain energy to, because somebody else can do that. And it's not because it's and also I think sometimes the thought behind it is just well, now I'm passing off work and I'm being I'm being exploitative. You know what I mean? It's I'm giving lesser tasks to somebody. This is beneath me. It's no, man, you're giving somebody the opportunity to do something that they're passionate about. You put people 100%. In a position who are passionate about the things that they do. Don't find somebody who's not passionate about admin. You want somebody who's passionate about admin to do your admin. So it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah, man. So that's Work the System. And then the next, so we did Eat the Frog, which is time management, Built to Sell, which is productizing your offerings, Work the System, which is building out standard operating procedures, SOPs, how to actually do that. And then Buy Back Your Time was something actually I just read last year. And by the title alone, y'all should get excited, because this 1000% lived up to its title. If you're looking to regain your time back as a business owner, as a musician, all that kind of stuff, this book was freaking phenomenal for me, man. And it's helping you to, and it's kind of a summation of all the things, but one of the takeaways that I had from it was how to buy back your time. But one of the things they emphasized on was one of the first hires you should make as a entrepreneur, business owner, is an executive assistant. And an executive assistant can handle scheduling. They're in your inbox. Like they're able to reply on your behalf. They can also help create systems for you. They can do some of these tasks that I'm mentioning before. They're kind of like the first phase of like, let's hand off the things that can be handed off to them as we're growing. And I cannot express to you how much time I've gotten back, like from having an assistant. Yeah, just in the mix. Like, I mean, Frank, like my assistant will schedule meetings with you for this podcast, for meetups, like our recap meetings for the camps that we do. Like, so much so I don't even sometimes know what's on my calendar. She tells me what's on my calendar every day.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
So, and it can be affordable. You know what I mean? And we can talk about affordability because there's places like Upwork and Fiverr and all these places where you can find affordable help. You know what I mean? For this, for the season where you are. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I think that would be helpful because I think if you've made it this far in the episode, which I hope you have, you just gave the gems, these systems, you know what I'm saying? And I think as an indie artist, the idea of, okay, these sound great, but these sound expensive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it would be very helpful for an indie artist to know, like, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that.
Right. You can do these things and be smart about it, and move in a certain way where these things, you can accomplish these things, get the help that you need, and relinquish some of that control and it not absolutely destroy your finances.
Yeah.
So that would be a great combo.
Yeah. So I want to touch on that a little bit, and we could probably even go deeper into that another episode. But
for sure.
So that's buy back your time. And then the last one was who, not how. And so this is that, like, this is that level where you're really operating in the kind of CEO function in a sense. Or actually operating, you're stepping deeper into it. And I say that as like, I'm still on my CEO journey, you know what I mean? So I don't have it all figured out. But these are things that have made me feel like, oh, I feel like I'm running a business, you know what I mean? It's not just me, but this whole idea of, this book called Who, Not How by Dan Sullivan. And I alluded to it earlier, but it's the art or the practice of beginning to stop asking, like, how can I do this? Mm-hmm. And it's more so, who can do this for me?
Yeah.
And I think that's not just musicians, but just business across the board. If we step into entrepreneurship in a sense of like, we got to figure out how to get this thing off the ground. And also you have limited resources and time, and it kind of bootstrap you in a way where I gotta figure out how we're going to do this. You know what I mean? And it's understandable, and there's probably still a place for it, but it is a challenging thought to start asking the question. And you can start as early as you want, like, who can I bring into this XYZ problem that I might be having that maybe has more expertise than me, more passionate about this thing, and put them in position to be able to run, you know what I mean? And I don't know if, artists have, and they actually say, like, this thing in a book where they say procrastination is I don't know if they say it was like a gift or it was something that it was something you wouldn't associate. Like, people think of procrastination as a negative thing, which I think to some degree it can be. But there was like a positive side that they were saying to procrastination. And the angle that we're getting at is that procrastination is a signal to you that there's probably something that your brain is recognizing, hey, this is probably not for me because it's going to require a certain skill set that maybe I just don't have, or the interest to actually grow. And it's maybe not, beneficial for me to be doing this task. So I need to find somebody else to do it. And that's why I'm delaying doing it. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a signal to your brain to, like, maybe I need to find somebody else that's better suited for this. That could,
make it happen.
Make it happen. You know what I mean? So that's a game changer when you start to make that shift. And again, it saved me so much time, and it's given me even time to, do a podcast and all this other kind of stuff,
Yeah.
because my team is executing other things that if I was in the mix of all the stuff that we do, from the community that we run, from the writing camps that we do, from, pitching music and signing licenses and paying vendors and uploading songs, like all that stuff that we do as
You
a
wouldn't have no
company,
time, bro.
I would have no time, to do that.
Yeah.
So it's powerful. So I want to, kind of round this out and maybe talk about some,
for sure,
practical ways to really apply this. But I'm gonna take a breath. What do you think about all this, man? What's some thoughts that come to mind? And is there any one of these that stand out to you more than another?
I think the eating the frog is probably the one that I can resonate with the most. I'm not saying that I don't implement all of those things at the current moment. I've been wearing all of those hats,
Yeah.
And handling the emails, and I definitely can see where the benefit in output by delegating that. And I do think one of the hardest things as an artist to do is to relinquish control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
why do you think that is?
I don't think it's a comfortable feeling to something that you hold dear to yourself, especially when you think about your personal career. The process of that moving forward, there's this idea of, if I fail, it'll be my fault, and if I succeed, it will be because it was on my back, and I put in the work. And I think people take pride in that, and to know, like, hey, I'm going to delegate this over to this person and truly not micromanage it. I'm going to let them do it so I can actually get my time back, is definitely difficult to do. So for me, that's something that even when I'm hearing you talk about it, I'm learning as well. And I think that that's something that any indie artist or any entrepreneur, this doesn't just apply to just indie artists. Yes, we're businesses, but it applies to all business, that you should be okay with delegating the work, so that way you can eat the frog. And that's why it sits with me, where I can then just immediately go into what I know matters and what I need to do first, knowing that all the other things will get handled. So just that's what I've taken away from that in terms of like a takeaway or what I think. And I think for me, if I could contribute at all in terms of how to just get your time back, is one, in this moment, being teachable. Even me, I'm like, oh snap, that's a great addition I'm about to add tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And just being teachable and listening to these things and then applying them. And then also a mindset shift, knowing that, okay, you may have been like this, and if you want to progress forward, you have to look like this. And I think that through that literature of what you read is probably what you've experienced. Like, you might have handled things a certain way, and reading that, it changed your mindset. So I'm 100% for that. I think I've seen the most growth when I've changed my mindset. And also, if I put something on the schedule and I told myself that I'm going to do it, you do it, even no matter how small it is. You do it. And I think that also trains the muscle of, like, you didn't want to do it, you went in there, and then now the next time you need to eat that frog, it's not going to be as hard to do because you push through it. So just takeaways from what you were talking about, and different tips and tricks of how to get your time back, is to just change your mindset, have that mindset shift. 100%.
Yeah, and I have like so much more in this. I think what I'm gonna do is a very spur of the moment. I'll create a downloadable for y'all, and I'll put it in the show notes. And I'll go a bit deeper into each one of these concepts, so that you can have even some more practical ways of how to implement this stuff as an indie artist where you are. Because I know sometimes it's like, they're cool concepts, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm interested, but how does this practically really look? So I'll put together a downloadable to excavate, because it's a lot of stuff. It is a lot.
It is a lot.
The first thing I would say, though, go download and I'll put the books in the show notes as well. Like, go purchase all of those books and read them. Like, listen to the audio books and take your time with it. Like, this is not a sprint. It's definitely a marathon. And that's something I have to work on, because I'm very much, if I get an idea in my head, I want to execute it immediately and I want to see the results quick.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things, it's going to take time. Like, this is like 10 years in the making, and I'm still like figuring this stuff out.
Still learning.
Yeah. So I would say take your time, like, you know, and almost I would do like read the books in the order that I mentioned, but also if there's one resonating with you more than another, just start there. You know what I mean? Like, don't overcomplicate it. Just, you know, make a decision to check out one of these books, and then in reading the books, actually pause within each track, you know, each chapter, and apply whatever it is that they're telling you to do. Because all these books,
you've got to.
Yeah, all these joints are hella practical. They have like frameworks for you to do within it. It's not just like, oh, these are great ideas. It's like they got action items for you. So go check out all those books.
They won't. And another thing too, that it's not going to be comfortable. I'm like
1,000
for the most part. It's rarely where you find comfort and moving forward at the same time. So just it's going to be uncomfortable, read the book, apply it. Asking someone to relinquishing control that you used to have all the time is going to be difficult. But I think when you do it, you'll see those steps. You'll see progression.
Yeah.
And that's what we're shooting for.
And I do think, though, like, as you read these books, there will be a sense of weight lifted off, because at least that's how I felt, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know business could look like this. I didn't know this is how it was done. You know what I mean? Because you don't, it's like, that's the sad thing is, like, we're always having to figure everything out on our own. And it's just like, there's resources out there, but this is partly even why I wanted to, you know, start this podcast. It's like, how can we, you know, help the indie artists in a practical, meaningful way? And these are the things that literally help me shape, you know, my you know, my business career. But
do you feel like did you feel like it was easier once you read the book, and that most of the times we overcomplicate these systems, or were you like overwhelmed when you seen it, but once you started it, you know, you got a hang of it?
Yeah, no, I don't think I was overwhelmed with these books in particular. I've read some books, like Profit First was one of those books that we implement now, the framework of it for our finances, for our business. But I read it once and it didn't click, you know what I mean? And so I just kind of put it to the side, but I had to have somebody explain it to me. But these books for me, it was like aha moments. And these are books have been most transformative for me. That's why I'm like listening. Yeah. So some quick stuff just for the indie artists on a budget, like how you can really like apply this stuff, because, you know, you might be looking at this and just feeling like, where am I getting the money to, you know, pay these people and do all that kind of stuff? Which it sounds nice, but you know,
where am I gonna get that?
Yeah. So one thing I would say is, like, I mean, we're gonna have a podcast on budgeting, but I would reevaluate your budget and really see if there's opportunities for you to set money aside to put towards help. You know what I mean? Whatever help looks like, whatever that first phase help looks like. Also, too, I would, again, excavate free resources on how to get, I would take the URL of this podcast, put it in one of the, like, you can, there's websites where you can download the transcripts of YouTube videos. I would download the transcript, put it in Claude, and ask it, help me figure out a game plan to do the things that they're telling me to do on a budget. Like, how can I actually, you know, put this stuff into practice when I'm working off of, you know, little money, because and keep asking questions, keep digging, you know what I mean? Keep challenging Claude, because it can give you, like, bro, like, this podcast is edited by Claude. So Claude is powerful, you know what I mean? Like, what it can do. So don't sleep on it, on this ideation. But also, I would I would take some time to, like, identify the things and write down literally all the things that you're doing in your music career right now. You know what I mean? Like, everything that you're doing, from writing lyrics to, you know, recording, like, to uploading to DSPs, like, anything that helps your music career function, write it down, and then put it in subcategories of, like, this is only stuff that I can do, and then stuff that if I had somebody else, they could do this as well.
They would do it. Yeah.
And I guarantee you there's a lot of stuff in your business that even writing, like I've had people write songs for me. So you can even outsource your writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's ways to do stuff like that, but another conversation. So I would create that list. And also if that list of stuff that you can outsource, those who's that we talked about, who can do that. Start thinking of people that potentially could be in those positions. Like like once you identify, you might see some folk around you, who might be down to fill in those gaps, barter, any of that kind of stuff. And then also if you do have capital, I would look at sites like Upwork, Fiverr, and there's a ton of other Ask Claude, there's a ton of other ones like that where you can find people for $5, $10, $20 an hour, whatever your budget is, you're going to find somebody that can help execute for it. So it's ways to do it. If you're really, really, intentional about it and remove the excuses of not, and again, I would add to this idea of like, not, the problem is not like what's the problem. It's like how do we find the solution for this thing? It's like we know what it is, but like how it's not, we can't do this. Like how do we do this? You know what I mean? Like how do we start asking yourself that question with the roadblocks you have in your music career? And so hopefully that's helpful. I'm typically long-winded, but
listen, those were gems. Listen, if you don't take anything else, play it back. Yes. Gems. He gave you the game plan. Like you can't ever say like, hey, how do I do this?
And let us know in the comment section just like what resonated with you and what roadblocks you feel like maybe fall out of this framework that we're presenting. Like maybe some things we're not considering when it comes to your indie art. I would love to hear that, but also what really resonated with you. Like what are some of those things that's like, man, I want to lock in on this today. You feel me?
Yeah. And I wanted to add too, like a 9-to-5 is okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't let.
I did all this with a 9-to-5. All this
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let them trick you out your spot by thinking you have to just go out. Like a 9-to-5 could be the piece that you add in, so you can pay that executive assistant to streamline that, to get that other person to send out your emails. The 9-to-5 could be what does that, and then the music can then take over, and then you can now pay them out of the music, and it will function that way. So that's something I wanted to add, because I think a lot of times cats don't feel like they're successful if they have a 9-to-5, and if it works for your system, you make it work for your system. That's just
dropping bombs on them. Love it, man. Sir. Love it. I mean, that's really it. This is we switched up the format for y'all too, so we do a little audible, but I thought it was good, man.
It was dope. Keep y'all around.
right.
Yeah, you stay to the end to get the gems.
Exactly, man. But appreciate y'all for sticking around this long. Frank, any closing? Oh, make sure you like, subscribe, share the pod, all that kind of stuff. If this episode was helpful for you, man, share it because it's helpful for us. So, and let us know what else you want to hear, what other topics you would love us to hear, hear us cover. But go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, no, I was going to say on top of that, like if you got any wins in regards to any of the other podcasts that you've heard and you've applied it, anything that you may have, you want to share with the group, go ahead and share with us in the comments. We would love to support that and shout you guys out. So that's it. Is listen to what we're sharing. These are free game. You know what I'm saying? Apply it, and we will love to, to tap in with y'all and talk about it.
Love it.
That's it.
All right, y'all. We wrapped up another one.
Yes, sir.
Another one in the books. We'll see y'all the next, the new indie.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hit the stop. Did we stop? We stopped.
Did we? We still going?
Did we? I think I hit the stop.
I think it's still going.
Nah.
At least above on mine, it's still showing record.
Is it? It is. It's showing record too. I think it's I got a little spinning.